I guess just initially, because there was so much, everything under the microscope last week, and I know you went out there on Thursday afternoon, stood there, took every question. How much was this past week about kind of looking within and what we're doing, or about going out on the practice field and making changes?
Yeah, I think that I understand where the criticism was coming from. It's part of the business. I have to be better. And yet I thought the focus last week was focusing on our preparation, the details, cleaning some things up, and, making it about us. And I thought that, we came out and responded and played well.
Coach Pete, when I look at this, I don't know, it seems like it wasn't a coincidence, that a design plan. And you don't necessarily just want one primary stud running back, but you want a two-headed monster. I'm looking at Alvin Kamara, total yards on scrimmage. He had 97. He had 25 touches. Then I look at Kendre Miller. He had 15 touches, and he had 90 yards. So is this a fair assessment that when you look at the position, not necessarily individual, but you got 187 total yards from scrimmage? Because I always say I want Alvin to have 120 to 130, and if he has 150, great. But I look at that because how they going to touch the ball, and they're fresh, and your two-headed monster, that's real productive. You're getting 187 yards from your two back total yards from scrimmage.
Yeah, I thought they both had excellent games. I thought they both ran hard, played well. And I think when you go back over the years, in the history of this offense, when we've had our most success, we've had, two guys that we feel good about. Hey, and there's a lot of guys on this team that we feel good about getting the ball in their hands, and yet you would say those two guys are guys that we're going to continue to have to find ways to get the ball in their hands.
Fans have asked me this, and we witnessed this in training camp, and they say, well, why don't we utilize the middle of the field more? I know Juwan Johnson's been injured. And particularly, I guess, with the tight end position, how would you answer that?
Well, I think this. I don't disagree. I think that, Juwan obviously has missed the last few games. I think that, early on we were doing some things with the tight ends and protection, helping out, maybe giving some nudges and stuff like that. But I think that overall, I got to find ways to get those guys involved, get them the ball, and we got to be better in that area as far as me and giving those guys those opportunities.
Coach, can you talk about the Foster-Morrow touchdown, second and goal at the 6? Even Foster said after, man, just a gutsy call, but inside shovel pass. I guess just talk about how the play call kind of set up for there, second and goal at the 6, and kind of what made it successful beyond Eric McCoy, of course, being in the right place at the right time.
I would say that it was well blocked, and I thought that Foster obviously, he gave a little extra, made it, he kind of broke a tackle, and I think there was a lot of great push. There was a great finish on that play. I think that, it's a play we've been running in training camp, and I thought just it was the perfect time for it when we really got the right look for it, kind of a clean look for us, and I think that the players executed it perfectly.
Now, Coach Pete, how important it was, all of a sudden, you look not so much protection at the beginning of the game on that offensive drive, but then Honey Badger, Tyrann Mathieu has a pick 6, we're up 7-0, and then all of a sudden, next time we're on the field offensively, to have like 2 explosive chunk plays, and that was the drive. We ended up going 8 plays, 62 yards to make it 14-0. That's when Kamara broke the record, 2-yard touchdown. But I was looking at that drive, 3rd and 11, Carter Michael Thomas plus 26, Carter Rashid Shaheed plus 25. So how many, is there a number when you talk like chunk plays or explosive plays? I would describe that as 20 plus. Is there because I want to say in the Titans game we maybe had a handful, 4 or 5. Is there a number that you're shooting for? I know the ebbs and flow of a game, how it goes, but it seems like you should always have a game when you have those explosive plays and not just having like 13, 14-play drives.
Yeah, I think that, something that Dennis talked about to the team early in training camp when he kind of, covers some different things, whether it's ball security or field position. But one of the things he talked about was when an offense is able to have an explosive or 2 in a drive, how much their scoring percentage goes up. And so I think that's been a focus. And, I think you want to come away as many as you can in a game. Sometimes I think, the defenses make you have to earn it. They maybe make you check it down. But I think coming out of a game with about 8 of those is really the primary goal.
Pete, when I look at this, and they say, well, I asked Coach Pete this, why doesn't he get the ball in Rashid Shaheed's hands more? And I said, I'm sure he's aware of Rashid Shaheed. The reason why I bring that up, I look, he had 4 touches, and he had 46 yards. I say that's pretty good production. The reason why I bring it up, because I talked about this in the pregame, you look at the National Football League all-purpose yards leader this season, that's pretty good company. Christian McCaffrey, number 1, Rashid Shaheed, number 2, and Justin Jefferson, number 3. So they actually tell Coach Pete, instead of giving him 4 touches, we got to give him like 8 to 10 a game.
Well, I don't disagree with them, and I think that we got a lot of guys that we feel pretty good about having to get the ball in their hands, but he's obviously one that when you do get it in his hands, he has a chance to be explosive with it.
Same, certainly, and it's a good thing, but a new thing, and that's being able to look at Week 6 and designing plays for Mike Thomas, right? So in 2020, he played in 7 games, didn't play at all in 2021, 3 games in 2022, and every game this season he's had at least 50-plus yards, and he took some pops yesterday. But seriously, just the ability to have him still in your playbook and play calling at this juncture, what the impact of that?
Yeah, I think he's one of our best assets, and I think that the characteristic that hasn't changed about Mike he's always had is when it's one-on-one and you put the ball up to him, you feel good about who's coming down with it, and if you're a quarterback, you're confident in throwing it to him, and I think he's been playing at a high level, ton of energy, effort. He's done a great job blocking on the perimeter as well. And I think, again, he's another guy that you get through the game and you think, I wish we could have got him more opportunities. And I thought that, when you watched the film, there was some opportunities where for whatever reason, the play was called and maybe he was open, but the ball went somewhere else. And so I think that, he's just a guy it's a big part of what we do.
Peter, I talked to Coach Allen about this, and also, you want to look for that perfect game. Say, we got to get better here. Like, for instance, you look at third down. We always talk about third down. The defense is outstanding. They were 1 of 14, but not so much with us, and I think that was maybe reflection, maybe with penalties. We were only 5 of 15, 33% on third down. I know you want to get that better. And then how do you address this as an offensive team as far as the penalties and while you're shooting yourself in the foot? Because you know how hard it is have 1st and 10 versus 1st and 15 or whatever it might be. But, what's caught my eye, that we have a league high in holding penalties and false starts.
Yeah, I think that, when you really go into a game, your aim is, hey, you come out of the game with 50% conversion on third down, you feel pretty good. And I think we've done some things that, we had a 3rd and 4 that we had a false start, and then all of a sudden we're 3rd and 9, then we had another 3rd and 5 that we had a false start, and now you're 3rd and 10. And the percentages go way down, and then we had a conversion, and we get a holding call. And so we can't have those self-inflicted wounds because I think overall the whole season we have to be better on third down. We haven't been good enough, and that starts with me.
Now, Pete, when I look at this is good. This has to continue. We're kind of struggling in the red zone. We end up basically, because we took a kneel down, we were 3 for 4, 75%. But we're 3 for 3. But then you look goal to goal. It's nothing like you have goal to go, and you never want to set off a damn field goal. But if you get goal to go and you go 3 for 3, then you know you're doing things right to get the ball in the end zone. Yeah,
I think that it's been a big emphasis, and I think that our players responded. I thought we ran the ball well. I thought when you watched the game, I thought there was movement on the line, and I thought our line won, and I thought we were moving guys, and I thought that obviously the